All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. All right, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Akim, who go out throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in all sincerity to the best of your ability. That's the brother Tawabash from the Great Millstone Northwest. Just coming back at you with some more information about the RFID microchip. And first, I just want to start with the scripture. Let me grab it real quick. And we all know it. We've all rehearsed it many a times. But just in case somebody's watching this video for the first time, we're going to grab it. And I want to get the word as well. All right, this is Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right? Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and his number is 666. And let's get the word mark, for edification's sake. The word is G5480, charagma. Right, when you get into the word charagma, it is a stamp, an imprinted mark, right? A thing carved. The definition, a scratch or etching. Stamp as a badge of servitude, right? Because you would, back in the day, you would implant your slaves with a awl in their ear, like these earrings, a gold awl, or you would brand them. You brand your horses to let other people know that this is your property, or a sculpted figure, right? A graven mark, something that's imprinted. And the word goes back to I think it's Karax, which is goes back to the word palisade, right? Let's see. Yeah, Karax. A pale, a stake, or palisade is the same as this, a rampart. Right, and if you look at a palisade, it's a post or a stake, right? And what they use to implant this chip in you is a sharp needle, a thick, sharp needle. And in order to get it into your skin, it's hollow, and it shoves a grain of rice, which is the RFID microchip. That is the size of a grain of rice. He doesn't put a grain of rice in your hand. He puts the microchip in your hand, and it's the size of a grain of rice. Now, I've encountered many people at my job who already have these chips, who already are using these chips to pay for things. You have all these different apps that are already set up for you to be able to pay with this chip. Right? And I wanted to share these two videos with you because the Chinese yuan is weakening, right? It's getting weaker and weaker, right? And I want to share this video. Actually, I'm just going to read this. The Chinese yuan has sank to its lowest level in 11 years as investors fear Beijing will force China's largest bank to bail out smaller regional ones. At the same time, Trump has accused China of manipulating currency manipulation, suggesting Beijing and Washington are no closer to solving their problem, right? So let me see if I can get some of this.
This hour with the economy and trade. Now, today, the Dow has dropped as much as 700 points, and the Chinese yuan is at critical levels. All over this tit-for-tat trade war that seems to be ongoing between the United States and China. I bring in RT's Sarah Montez de Oca to break it all down with me. Sarah, the same week, same fight, and yet more details are emerging that doesn't look good for this trade war to ever come to an end.
That's right. So, Scotty, China's economy is the world's second largest, and in a trade war aftermath, it's starting to hit new lows. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo continues his Asia-Pacific tour, where he's issued some provocative statements against the country. Now, earlier today, at a news...
Right, and there's another video out there that talks about how they're considering, let's see if I can find it real quick, that China is considering digital currency. See if I can find it. I'm trying to find it real quick. Slovakia. Here's another one. Full show. Currency war. U.S. and China's tensions rise. Right, but what's happening as Chinese yuan weakens, causing panic. Right, so China's panicking. And I seen another video that was talking about how China is considering using digital currency to do all of their trade, because the yuan is about to crash, right, due to these trade wars. But we know that it's all just a plot for them to implement this chip, and they're going to test it out in all these other countries first. So let me show you this other video that I had. This is talking about the health factors of 5G.
A system in which everything from your car to your dishwasher to your door lock to your baby's diapers will be connected to the internet.
Right.
If something can be connected, it will be connected in a 5G world.
If
Don't take
anything can be connected, it will be connected. How's it going to be connected? Chips.
The agency which is supposed to be in charge of regulating.
Right, and he's even going to say it.
If something can be connected, it will be connected in the 5G world. Autonomous vehicles, smart city energy grids, transportation networks, and water systems. Hundreds of billions of microchips for 5G.
Wait, what did he say?
Autonomous vehicles, smart city energy grids, transportation networks, and water systems. Hundreds of billions of microchips. The 5G revolution will. And water systems, hundreds of billions of microchips, billions of microchips, transportation networks and water systems, hundreds of billions of microchips, water systems, hundreds of billions of microchips, the 5G revolution.
Right? He said hundreds of billions of microchips, and everything is going to be connected
may have
to,
a dark side.
including you,
As it turns out,
Lord willing.
wireless radiation has biological
The members of the
effects.
elect, the
Published,
hopeful members
peer-reviewed
of
science
GMS,
already shows that today's
don't
technology
fall into that
creates
trap and
radio
take that chip,
frequencies that pose a
because
threat
that
to
is your
both
utter
the human
demise and
body
destruction.
and
Right,
to animals,
2/3 of the nation,
not
we
to
already
mention
know,
the environment.
are in cahoots
These
with
existing
Esau.
health effects of
So if
wireless
they take the
radiation
chip,
are
it's
worthy
whatever.
of attention,
But
because in order for
for
5G to work efficiently,
144,000
cell towers
will
need
not
to
bow
be
their knee
installed
to, like
everywhere.
it says
That's
7,000
why
will
over
not bow their knee
200
to the all, right? Meaning that they're not going to serve this world, they're going to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So they're not going to take that
And
chip.
scientists worldwide
Right.
are now cautioning that we need research on the health effects of 5G before its rollout. In a moment, you'll be hearing from one of those doctors with more on the ramifications
they're
this
looking
new generation
into
of
how this
wireless
5G
tech may
messes
have on
you
your
up.
health.
But I just wanted to go over that part because when he was speaking about the microchips, he was talking about everything being connected. But he didn't say humans, but he did come out and say hundreds of billions of microchips are going to be all throughout everything that you have. Right? So, hey, with that, we already know what time it is. The water to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for giving the spirit to the apostles and elders to be able to break this down and pass it on to the camp heads, on down to the babes of the camps that are coming in, and to be able to understand this, he gave those that believe eyes to see and ears to hear, and we truly understand and believe this, so just to hear that, video, man, it was comforting knowing that, you know, we're close, we're living in those times now. It's also should bring fear to those that fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, but the fear should be of him and not of these devils, right? Because you take that chip and you're going to be pledging allegiance to these devils. Let's see if I can find that. Okay, it's a lot. When you look up this word, right hand, right, goes into the word Dexios, right, G1188. The right hand and the right side, a place of honor, right, the right side, hand, as it usually breaks down. So let me see if I can find it. Right, to take up, accept, yeah, I can't find it, but when you look up that word Dexios in the Greek dictionary, it goes into a pledge, because you use your right hand to pledge an alliance, to make a handshake. That's how this devil does things. So when he says take it in your right hand, it's speaking of making an allegiance with the devil, and that's his mark. And I'm talking about a so-called white man, not a red figure in hell that doesn't exist. I mean, we're living in hell, and hell is a grave, but this fiery burning place where Esau is down there poking everybody with a stick, that's not what it's talking about. I'm talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, who's going to cause a lot to take this chip, and Lord willing, brothers are strong enough to fight against that, and give our allegiance to our power, and pledge our right hand to our Father, And with that, I'm going to go ahead and say Shalom, Akim.